Hello everyone, my name is Amber and welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we're going to be taking a look at the thermometer. The thermometer can be used to find cold spots in the area, as well as to check for freezing temps if you're dealing with a ghost that has that as one of its evidences. Generally, when you find a cold spot, it is an indicator that the ghost is nearby. A thermometer is not required to check for freezing temps, however, as you will be able to see your breath if you have it. The thermometer will, however, sometimes show negative values before your breath is visible, so it is extremely useful if you have a freezing temps ghost or not. One very important thing to note is there does seem to be a delay in the cold spot temperature readings. At the start of an investigation, you may walk around the entire map and not pick up any cold spots. Then you'll give up on the thermometer, only to see your breath in a room you for sure checked in. This is because it takes time for the ghost to physically cool down the area it is in. Thus, the thermometer may not always be consistent enough to help you locate the ghost at the start of an investigation. Additionally, the cold spots will move around with the ghost, so rooms outside the actual ghost room may also end up showing cooler temperatures. While most times the room where it is the coldest will be the ghost room, this is not a guarantee, and it is very possible for you to see freezing breath anywhere the ghost wanders to. The display on the thermometer will show a reading that fluctuates around the actual temperature. If in Celsius, you will have freezing temps if the thermometer displays any negative values. In Fahrenheit, freezing temps are of course below 32 degrees. For the rest of the video, I will only be providing the values in Celsius because that's the mode I prefer. The thermometer will detect temperatures a fairly good distance away, so to ensure you are getting an accurate reading for the room you are in, make sure to point it down towards the ground and give it a moment to update. The values given by the thermometer will depend greatly on difficulty level, weather, and the breaker being on or off. For clear skies, and fog if we ever get that back, the lowest temperature the rooms will drop to, if you are dealing with a ghost that does not have freezing temperatures, is 3 degrees Celsius. If it goes below this, then you are dealing with a ghost that has freezing temps as its evidence. For the colder weathers, such as light rain, strong rain, wind, and snow, the rooms can drop all the way to 0 without it being a freezing ghost. If you are inside a building and the breaker is on, you'll want to generally look for temperatures below 9 degrees Celsius when the weather is warm, i.e. clear skies, or temperatures below 6 degrees Celsius for cold weather. On the asylum, the default weather is always clear skies, so you won't have to worry about the weather affecting the inside temperatures. On Amateur, the breaker is turned on at the start of the investigation, and thus the rooms are already warm when you first enter the map. This makes it easier to locate cold spots. Now, intermediate difficulty level is interesting. When you first enter the house, the thermometer will display warm temperatures as if the breaker were turned on and it was warm weather. Then, if you do not turn on the breaker, the temperatures will start to fall and behave as they should depending on the weather. In this example, I had snow, and yet at the start I was getting between 15 to 20 degrees Celsius in the house, even though the breaker was off. Gradually, they descended down to the cold temperatures that are associated with snow. Now, I'm not sure if this is an intentional feature to help make it easier to use the thermometer at the start of an investigation, or if it is in fact a bug. We'll have to wait and see if it is kept this way, or if it ends up being patched in the future. On Professional and Nightmare, the breaker starts off and the rooms will be cold upon entering. This will make it virtually impossible to identify any cold spots right off the bat unless you have a freezing ghost. The breaker must be turned on before things start warming up. Then you can start trying to identify rooms that did not get warmer. On all difficulty levels, the temperatures will begin to drop if the breaker is shut off. However, no temperatures will drop below 0 degrees if you do not have a ghost with freezing temps. The thermometer can be very difficult to use on Maple Lodge, especially in cold weather. In general, you'll want to look for temperatures below 8 degrees Celsius in warm weather and below 3 degrees Celsius in cold weather. Keep in mind these are very rough numbers, and the best thing to go off of is just find an area that is significantly colder than the rest of the map. On this example, I thought I had found the ghost room outside of the cabin, as I was getting close to 3 degrees Celsius, and that was the only place on the map where I had gotten that. So, I went ahead and used the music box because it was right there, and it was a great way to test to make sure I had the right area, and as it turns out, no. I was wrong. And the ghost room ended up being one of the bathrooms. So, for strong rain, light rain, wind, and snow, you can get down to 3 degrees Celsius on any part of the map. So that'll do it for the thermometer. I hope you found this guide useful, and if you did, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for future Phasmophobia content. Happy hunting out there!